Hey friends, it's been a while since I did this type of video and I figured it's been a long enough period of time that I probably have some new favorite hamster products. So let me share with you my top 10 favorite hamster products. And you may also notice we have a little penny roaming around in the background. So starting off with the first product, it isn't something that is made for hamsters, but it is perfect for hamsters, and that is tea light candle holders. I got these tea light candle holders many years ago from Amazon, and they are just the absolutely most perfect hamster-sized water dish or veggie dish or whatever treats you'd like to put inside of this. The height I think is 1/2 inch by 2 inches in diameter. So it is honestly the perfect size for any species of hamster. It just works so well, and because it's glass, it's easy to clean. Though unfortunately, I think it was like a pack of 12 or something, and I only have one left because I broke a lot. Now the next product is honestly any series of the Night Angel wheels. This is I think this is like the Silent series or something like that. But any of the Night Angel wheels that I have personally used, and I've used a bunch of them, from the Cork wooden ones to this one to the acrylic ones, they all have been the most silent wheel I have ever had. Of course, apart from if your hamster does put food in their wheel or just like the pitter patterings of them running, but it never squeaks and I've never had to oil them. A extra little product that is not necessarily included in the top 10, but I really do enjoy it, is also the Night Angel pedometer that works with the Night Angel wheels. I think it's really fun to be able to track your hamster's like steps and see how far they actually travel in a night. It's actually insane how far some hamsters travel. The next product is something that's more geared toward reptiles, but it works perfectly for hamsters, and that is, of course, the famous Cork Log. Cork Logs are awesome. They are beautiful looking tunnels for your hamster. Not only do they provide that like coverage and privacy for them, but it also provides an opportunity for them to climb on top of it, and because of the texture you can sprinkle forage on top, and there's a lot of cracks and crevices that they kind of have to work for, looking for their seed mixes or whatever you sprinkle into it. And because this is made from literal cork trees, it is 100% safe for your hamster to chew and destroy, and no two cork logs are gonna look alike, and they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. The next product is something that's not necessarily made for hamsters, but I think it works really well, and that is Slate Tiles. Slate Tiles are a really awesome piece that you can place on top of platforms or hideouts, and this provides your hamster with a nice texture for their nails, so it can help wear down their nails, but it's also naturally cooling, and especially if you put this in the fridge or freezer on hot days and then put this in the enclosure, it's a great way for your hamster to naturally just cool themselves off. And I also really just enjoy putting these underneath like their food or water, so that way if anything like spills, especially if it's a wooden hideout, then at least this is a lot easier to clean than wood. And I got this at the dollar store, so it was really cheap. Next up, we have the Night Angel paper bedding. I am obsessed with this bedding, and I honestly wish it was sold locally in pet stores rather than having to order it online. This is honestly the best paper bedding that I probably have ever used, solely for the fact that it literally has almost no dust. If you've used other paper brands like Full Cheeks or KT Clean & Cozy, you know how sometimes they can be pretty dusty. It really depends on the bag, unfortunately. But this bedding, I'm not sponsored or anything, like this is my genuine own opinion with this bedding. It's just like, it doesn't have that much dust, like compared to the other brands, which is insane because it doesn't feel that much different than other brands. So I really love this bedding. Wish I could get it locally because it is a little bit expensive to order so many bags online. Now the next product is by Bouquet State, and that is their Castle ceramic hideout. I love this hideout. Not only is it adorable, but it actually is the perfect size for a Syrian hamster to fit inside of it. And not only is it a cute hideout, but it has a hollowed out piece for a ice pack to fit so that you can make a cooling hide for your hamster, and then they don't have any access to the ice pack and they are free to kind of go in, cool off if they want to. And then this just fits right on top. I don't like that noise though, but love this hideout. My next favorite item is just glass or acrylic dig boxes in general. So this here is the Ikea cookie jar. I don't know if they sell this anymore in the Canada and US Ikeas, but you can use any large cookie jar. And this makes a really awesome sand bath or substrate dish, and just any acrylic substrate dish is going to be amazing for the fact that once you have a hamster who pees in their substrate, you are going to wish you had something that you could easily wash, because once they've peed in a wooden dig box, which I still love my wooden dig boxes, it just makes it harder if you do have a hamster who just so happens to want to pee in it. The next product is a Boredom Breaker, and this is one that I was sent to by a friend in the UK. It is a product that you can get at Pets at Home, but this is also something that you could probably make yourself if you have the available materials. But this is the Gnaw and Chew Snuffle Forest, and essentially what it is, it's just like a cardboard hay tray, and inside of it has these birch wood slices that perfectly fit. And the way that they fit is just like nicely in there, so the hamster kind of has to try pretty hard to pull them out. It's a great way to sprinkle forage or your seed mix, and Penny and Toonie both really love this. But honestly, if you have any sort of wooden or cardboard box and you have birch slices available to you, you could very easily make your own. Now the next product is another Boredom Breaker, and these are Boredom Breakers that I ordered off of Amazon, and I absolutely love these. It's just a wooden block that has like turning and lifting doors. So you can hide treats inside of these, and it just gives your hamster another form of enrichment. It stimulates their brain, it gets them to actually work for their food, and there are a variety of different types of these wooden Boredom Breakers on Amazon that you can try out with your hamster. And my last favorite hamster product is my Wise V3 security cameras. If you guys know me, I have a lot of anxiety with my hamsters, so these have been honestly lifesavers, because if I don't see my hamster one night, I am able to check my recordings, and if they have been awake, then I feel relief. If I don't see them at all night, then I can go into panic mode. Before I had cameras, if I went to bed and didn't see my hamster yet and woke up in the morning, I would feel this panic, like did something happen to them, and then that would lead me to digging them out of their enclosure, and then they would be kind of mad at me because they're like, "What are you doing, Mom? I'm fine." These cameras I like because they're really small. This is the older model. I think the newer model is the V4 model, but this one here has lasted me like at least 5 years now, and I see no reason to upgrade. The newer model can see color at night, which is pretty cool though. Another good thing about this specific security camera is that you do not need to buy a subscription plan, which is amazing. You can insert a micro SD card at the bottom and then you can record to that. So that way you don't have to buy silly memberships, which I hate so much. And those are my top 10 favorite hamster products as of right now. And it's crazy to look back at my past videos like this to see how many more products there are made for hamsters now. And we don't have to get as many things that aren't made for hamsters. Because I used to use so many more things that weren't necessarily made for hamsters. And now I see these products all of the time, which is a great improvement. Before we end this video, I figured I would show you Mr. Penny. Hey, you wanna say hello? How are you doing? Are you doing good? Oh my goodness. So thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you in our next one. Bye! You say bye? Where are you going? Say bye.